Pierre LeBrun and Darren Dreger. Usually, guys, it takes a month or two before we get into the trade rumors of good players on struggling teams coveted by other teams.
A sharp wave of trade rumors hit the NHL this week. Arber Xhekaj's name rose from quiet talk to major demand in a short period of time. Teams began checking in, plans shifted, and the Canadiens found themselves at the center of sudden league pressure. The speed of this rise changed how everyone viewed Montreal's next move. A veteran insider explained that Xhekaj's value around the league has increased. The report stated, "There are a lot of general managers that value Arber Xhekaj a lot still." This line made it clear that teams are not guessing. They see Xhekaj as a real target. They believe he can fill roles that many clubs need right now. That single quote became the center of the rumor storm. Arber Xhekaj is a 6'4", 240-pound defenseman. He is known for strong hits and physical play. His size makes him stand out. His style makes him hard to replace. These facts explain why teams reached out when his name became linked to possible trade talks. A defenseman with this type of profile draws attention, especially from clubs looking to add strength and toughness. But the story did not stop at interest. Xhekaj's name appeared in early trade ideas because of the Canadiens' roster structure. Montreal has a crowded left side on defense. When all players are healthy, the team must decide who plays and who sits. This tight rotation created the idea that one defender could be moved. Xhekaj became part of that talk because of his value. Teams would likely offer meaningful assets to get him. Montreal has been searching for more offense. Reports showed that the club may look for a top-6 forward. One path to get that forward is to use a defenseman as trade bait. Xhekaj's name fits this path because teams have asked about him. His size, age, and contract make him appealing. A player like that can bring back scoring help, which Montreal has been trying to gain. The Canadiens also made two recent roster moves that added fuel to the rumor wave. Two young defensemen were sent to their AHL affiliate. This type of move is normal, but it came at the same time that talk about Xhekaj was rising. That timing made many people believe the team is preparing for larger changes on the blue line. It also made team depth a bigger part of the story. More reports showed that Montreal may be open to reshaping its defense if the right offer appears. The team has several left-shot defensemen close in age and skill. When too many players fight for the same spot, a club may explore trades to balance its roster. Xhekaj's name stayed at the top of that list because teams have shown real interest. Executives around the league still view Xhekaj as a player with long-term value. Many believe his game can grow. They also see his physical style as something that adds stability to a team's defense. This league-wide belief increased the pressure on Montreal. When more than one team wants the same player, calls rise. And when calls rise, rumors spread. That is what happened here. Another point added weight. Analysts explained that Montreal could use its depth to gain offense. Some said a defenseman may help the team acquire a forward with more scoring skill. The idea matched Montreal's goals. The Canadiens want stronger offense, and their defense has more pieces than they can use at once. Xhekaj's value makes him one of the names other teams would ask for first. These factors created a perfect storm. A valued player, a crowded position, a team looking for offense, a league with several clubs needing defense. When these pieces line up, rumors grow very fast. That is what happened in the last 24 hours. But so far, Montreal has not confirmed any move. There has been no report of an offer being accepted. There has been no sign that Xhekaj has been told to expect a trade. The only confirmed facts are interest from teams, increased value, and the Canadiens' need to adjust their roster to gain scoring. Xhekaj's size and style make him rare. His presence on the ice changes how teams play against Montreal. That is one reason his value stays high. Many teams across the league want more physical play. They want defenders who can protect the crease. They want players who can make space for forwards. Xhekaj fits that need, and teams know it. Montreal's search for a top-6 forward adds another layer. If they want to bring in more scoring, they must give up something of value. Teams will not offer a top forward without getting something strong back. A player with Xhekaj's skill set and size gives Montreal a possible path to get a forward they want. This fact keeps the rumors alive. At the same time, Montreal must manage its development plans. Young defensemen coming through the system need room to grow. When too many players sit, development slows. When too many players share the same spot, roster pressure rises. These facts give Montreal reasons to consider changes, even if they do not want to move Xhekaj. Nothing is final, no deal is known. But the talk around Xhekaj has reached a level not seen before. Teams have made calls. An insider confirmed strong league interest. Montreal's roster structure adds more heat, and the team's push for more scoring gives this story real weight. Arber Xhekaj is still a member of the Montreal Canadiens, but trade pressure around him is now one of the biggest topics in the NHL. And with each day leading to more decisions, the attention on his name continues to rise. 1 goal and added 2 assists in a 4-3 victory over the Vancouver Canucks. Montreal Canadiens captain Nick Suzuki commented on Demidov's play. "He's a great player on the power play," Suzuki said. "His poise and vision, he's always finding play, finding seams. He's got a good shot, and he's probably run every single power play he's ever been on, so he's got a lot of reps on those." Head coach Martin St. Louis moved Demidov to the first power play unit before the game against Vancouver. St. Louis explained his decision. "I've known all along that Demi can play on the first power play," St. Louis said. "I got to a certain point with Demi where I felt like he had showed me that he's willing to play on the other side of the game, the defensive game, and he's bought in, and he's actually very attentive and trying to keep getting better." The Canadiens' power play statistics improved after adding Demidov to the first unit. Without Demidov on the first power play unit, Montreal averaged 93 shots per 60 minutes. With Demidov, the team produces 125 shots per 60 minutes. This represents a 34% increase in shot production. High-danger scoring chances also increased. Without Demidov, the Canadiens generated 22 high-danger shots per 60 minutes on the power play. With Demidov, they produce 36 high-quality chances per 60 minutes. This equals a 63% increase in dangerous scoring opportunities. Demidov currently plays 13 minutes and 47 seconds per game on average. He skates on a line with Alex Newhook and Oliver Kapanen at 5-on-5. NHL conducted a preseason poll for the 2025-26 Calder Trophy race. 15 voters participated in the poll. Demidov received 74 voting points. He earned 14 first-place votes. Matthew Schaefer of the New York Islanders finished second with 39 points. Jimmy Snuggerud of the St. Louis Blues placed third with 19 points. During the 2024 NHL Scouting Combine, Demidov answered a question about which player he most resembled. "I think it's a combination of Kirill Kaprizov and Jack Hughes," Demidov told Montreal Canadiens manager. Matthew Schaefer was selected first overall by the New York Islanders in the 2025 NHL Draft. He turned 18 years old on September 5, 2025. He became the youngest defenseman in NHL history to score a game-winning goal at 18 years and 46 days old. He extended his career-opening point streak to 6 games. Schaefer recorded his first multi-point game during this stretch. Jimmy Snuggerud was selected 23rd overall by the St. Louis Blues in the 2022 NHL Draft. He scored 51 points in 40 games during his final season at the University of Minnesota. He recorded 4 points in 7 regular season games for the Blues at the end of the 2024-2025 season. He added 4 points in 7 playoff games. Demidov averages 2.7 shot attempts per game and 0.9 shots on goal per game through the first 10 games of the season. He maintains a +3 rating. Demidov uses a wide skating stance referred to as 10-2 positioning. This technique allows him to move east-west across the ice with speed. Elite Prospects 2024 NHL Draft Guide described Demidov's skill set. The guide stated, "Every move serves a purpose, whether improving the quality of his look as a shooter or creating openings in the defense that he can exploit as a distributor." Dan Milstein serves as Demidov's agent through Gold Star Hockey. Milstein discussed Demidov's mental approach to the season. "He deleted all social media from his phone and completely disconnected from the media," Milstein said. "Ivan focuses only on hockey and family. His personal stats don't really matter to him." The Montreal Canadiens hold an 8-3-0 record through through October 28, 2025. They sit in first place in the Atlantic Division. Nick Suzuki has 13 points during a 9-game point streak. This represents the longest point streak in the NHL for the 2025-26 season. The Canadiens have 3 third-period comeback wins this season. This total leads the NHL. Montreal went 2 for 3 on the power play in their victory over Vancouver on October 25, 2025. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Calder Trophy 10 times. This represents the most wins by any franchise. The Chicago Blackhawks rank second with 9 Calder Trophy winners. 10 defensemen have won the Calder Trophy since 1980.
Demidov avoided the check. Demidov. Look out, gave it away right on the tape of Pinto. And I think a cross-checking call behind the play.
I think it's going to be a slash.
A slash, sorry. It's going against Ottawa, and Nick Cousins can't believe it. And he'll go for 2 or less.
This has been a parade to the box for Nick Cousins, unfortunately. He's going to take a little slash at Demidov into the hand here. So here's the turnover right here, the middle of the ice. And then there's a chop right on the wrist of Demidov.
A rookie star's night ended in pain. Ivan Demidov, slashed down by Nick Cousins, left the ice holding his wrist. The hit didn't just stop the play, it started something bigger. Nick Cousins delivered a 2-handed slash right across Demidov's wrist. The Canadiens rookie tried to skate off, but the pain forced him out. He was removed from the game. Before the hit, Demidov was having a strong night. He had already collected 2 assists in the game. He pushed the play against Ottawa's defense and kept creating scoring chances. His skating and passing showed why fans are so excited about him. But after the slash, his night ended early. Head coach Martin St. Louis was asked for an update right after the game. He said, "Not right now. He's still being evaluated, so not right now." That was the official word from the Canadiens bench. The team called the move by Cousins unnecessary. St. Louis added, "There's no need for that. It's an exhibition game. I don't think there's any need for that in the game." Nick Cousins delivered the chop late in the game. This was after a string of rough moments between the two teams. Reports suggest Cousins may have been retaliating after Arber Xhekaj of Montreal had been ejected earlier. Fans were quick to react. Online, they described the slash as cowardly. Analysts said the Department of Player Safety is likely to review the play. That means Cousins could face discipline before the regular season begins. Ivan Demidov's health became the biggest focus of the night. Reports later confirmed he avoided serious injury. Elliot Friedman shared on X, "Don't believe there's any long-term injury concern for Demidov after the slash he took last night." This was seen as good news for Montreal, especially with the season opener scheduled for October 8th against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Canadiens have already decided to be cautious. Demidov may sit out the next preseason game. This is to give him time to rest and recover. Alexandre Carrier also stated that none of the Canadiens players had serious injuries coming out of the game. That includes Demidov. Even with the incident, the Canadiens won the game 5-0. The score was one-sided, but the conversation after the final horn centered only on Demidov's injury. Before leaving, Demidov had shown the skill that made him a top draft pick. He helped set up goals. He pressured defenders. He drew coverage every time he carried the puck. His play stood out until the slash ended his night. The Canadiens organization is now focused on 2 things: his health and the league's decision on Cousins. The NHL has not yet released an official statement, but based on past cases, a review by the Department of Player Safety could come within days. The slash happened as Montreal and Ottawa played in Quebec City. The game drew attention because of the rising rivalry between the two clubs. This preseason meeting continued that trend. Demidov's injury scare raises larger questions for the league about how much physical play is allowed in preseason games. Martin St. Louis made his position clear. He stated again that there was no need for that type of slash in an exhibition setting. His words echoed through the post-game press conference. The Canadiens are expected to update Demidov's status as soon as team doctors finish their checks. For now, the official word is precaution. They do not want to risk a setback for one of their most important young players. The Canadiens, despite the slash, showed strength in the rest of the game. They scored 5 unanswered goals. The situation will now move into league offices. The NHL will study the slash and determine if Cousins faces a fine or suspension. The video review will play a role in that outcome. If discipline comes, it will likely be announced before the Senators' next preseason game. For Montreal, all eyes remain on Demidov. His arrival in the NHL has been highly anticipated. He has been labeled as one of the top prospects of his draft class. In his short time with the Canadiens, he has already impressed fans and coaches. That is why the slash drew so much attention. It was not just about one player getting hit, it was about the future of the franchise taking a dangerous shot in a preseason setting. Elliot Friedman's update eased some fears. His words were direct. no long-term injury concern. That statement provided the most clarity yet. It pointed to Demidov returning soon, perhaps in time for the season opener. Still, the Canadiens are not rushing. They are expected to sit him at least one game to make sure he is fully ready. The rivalry between Montreal and Ottawa has often included physical clashes. This game continued that storyline. The final score was lopsided, but the real headline became the slash, the injury scare, and the possible fallout for Nick Cousins. As of today, Demidov is being monitored daily. Reports say he is not expected to miss extended time. The Canadiens are waiting for further medical reports. The slash is being reviewed by the league. Fans and media continue to follow closely. This was not just another preseason game. It was a night when a young star was slashed hard, left the ice in pain, and sparked a wave of reaction across hockey.
Ivan Demidov just turned a rookie showcase into something no one saw coming. The Bell Center crowd watched in awe as the 19-year-old forward pulled off plays that left the arena shaking. It wasn't only the goal, and it wasn't only the passes. What happened on that ice has people wondering how far this story will go.
You out there tonight?
Yeah, for sure. It was funny.
I'm not speaking about the ending result, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Result, it's bad. Game was fun.
How did you feel on the ice?
Feels good.
What did you like about your game?
Yeah, sure. It's first game after the summer.
Yeah.
Ivan Demidov is the 19-year-old Russian forward and a rookie in the Canadiens organization. He was the 5th overall pick in the 2024 NHL draft. His name carried weight in Canada and in Russia before this game. That weight grew even heavier after this showcase with the Jets prospects at the Bell Center. The arena was nearly sold out. Fans waited months to see the Canadiens prospects play. When Demidov touched the puck, the crowd stood or leaned forward. Every time he moved, there was excitement. When he made a pass or took a shot, there were applause. In the game, Demidov set up line mates Florian Xhekaj and Arber Xhekaj for goals. He then scored a goal of his own that many called highlight reel worthy. He made plays in every period. He was especially strong in the third period. Xhekaj said, "The crowd's insane when Demidov has the puck." Laval Rocket head coach Pascal Vincent said, "He was responsible for the majority of them." Speaking of chances to score, he said that what Demidov does on the ice isn't luck. He's a guy who's worked on his game. Demidov's skill in the KHL also drew attention. This game was called a rookie showdown. It featured Canadiens prospects and Winnipeg Jets prospects. The stakes were lower than regular season, but the moment mattered for young players trying to show what they can do. Demidov used the moment well. In total, Demidov recorded a goal and an assist in this game. His assist came from setting up his teammates. His goal came after driving toward the net and finishing with control. He made plays that required speed, puck control, and vision. Every time he got the puck, the crowd responded. They chanted his name. The atmosphere grew louder with each shift. Those reactions came earlier when he played for SKA and when he signed with Montreal. But last night, those reactions were louder than before. Coach Pascal Vincent said for a coach, it is fun to have a player who can make the difference on every shift. Vincent added that Demidov is still young and will continue to improve. Earlier in his career, Demidov had notable moments. In the NHL, he scored his first goal in his first career game. He also had an assist in that same game. In his time with SKA St. Petersburg, he set records for under 20 players. The Manitoba Jets prospects game is a chance for players to prove themselves. Demidov's performance may affect how coaches use him this season. It may influence how often he plays, in what situations, and in which lineup spots. Demidov's pace in the third period stood out. He used speed to beat defenders. He used puck control to avoid losing it in tight spaces. He pushed play into the offensive zone. He forced the Jets prospects to respond. The highlight goal came after he broke in on a breakaway chance. He collected the puck, carried it in, and made the move that beat the goalie. He also made many plays that led to scoring chances, even when he did not get the puck himself. Demidov's presence drew comparisons. People compared the crowd's reaction to what they see for established stars. The buzz around his name came because of how often the crowd reacted when he had the puck. The article noted that fans from all over the city and beyond were paying attention. Some were calling friends to ask if he was going to play. Montreal's Bell Centre has history. It has hosted many great Canadiens games. The mood in that building last night reminded many of those big moments. Demidov's shifts added to that feeling. The lights, the crowd, and the sound made the atmosphere feel important. Their goals came from passes he made that opened space. He created those passes under pressure. He made plays while being checked. He found openings. He moved the puck quickly. He moved ahead of defenders. The Rookie Showdown label means